What's up, everyone? This is your host, Ghost, coming to you live with another wonderful video. How is everyone doing today? Sorry I've been gone for so long. Yeah, had some personal stuff I was going through and having to deal with. Plus, I had some work things I was dealing with as well. Um, yeah, so that's basically what happened. I had shit I had to do, and it took a bit for me to kind of get it all settled. And after it was all done, I kind of just needed a week of relaxation. So that's what I pretty much did. Um, my schedule may be changing a bit. I may be getting a promotion at my job, which would be awesome. Because more, more, um, more. Uh, Promotion normally means more money, less problems, or more problems, I guess. Um, so yeah, so my schedule may be changing. I may end up having a very hectic schedule for a year or so. So I may continue to stream. I may drop off of streaming, um, and come back later once it stabilizes. I may stream like here and there, so it may not be as often. I don't know. Have yet to figure that all out, but oh, just be warned is all. Um, Man, I'm tired as hell. Exhausted. Um, yeah. Anyways, so that's what's going on. Um, how's everyone been? Been good myself for the most part. Um, so what are we going to talk about? Well, we're going to talk about Trump being endorsed by both Tulsi Gabbard and RFK. RFK has dropped out of the race. If you guys don't remember, RFK was the independent uh, candidate. I guess is what you'll call him, the independent candidate. Oh. And so he has officially dropped out of the presidential race. So now we're only having a Republican and Democrat running for president. Um, I think it's the first that I can remember in a while. I don't remember the last time when you know an independent wasn't running and continuing to stubbornly run, even though I don't can't think of a single independent that's won a presidential. But I don't know the presidential history that well, so who knows? Maybe there is one. If you guys don't remember, Tulsi Gabbard is the woman who single handedly ended Kamala's 2020 presidential run, um, completely obliterated her. So bad that she pretty much dropped out of the race not long after, and her poll numbers severely dipped. She is now endorsing Trump as well. So we'll take a check out uh, those two candidates and their endorsement of Trump. Um, don't get this, don't get it twisted. They didn't do this out of the goodness of their heart. They definitely have been offered probably positions in Trump's administration. Where I have no idea. Um, but yeah, you'll definitely see uh, Tulsi Gabbard and RFK's name in somewhere in the cabinet, or not the cabinet, but in Trump's administration. Where that'll be, who knows? I don't fucking know. And then apparently, we'll check out this footage. But Trump has announced the creation of a presidential commission of assassination, which will be led by RFK. Um, so I don't know. I guess it's gonna be I don't know. We'll see what it says. And then let's see. I kind of messed up the order because it says the Tate Brothers, but we're not gonna do the Tate Brothers before this. But we're gonna check out a bunch of ads and endorsed by Trump, and then Kamala Harris looking dumb. Um, but yeah, we'll see a couple ads that make her look dumb. One where she's basically debating herself, which is hilarious. And then another, I don't know what it is, but it's a Trump ad. So that it might not have anything to do with Kamala, but I might watch that ad. And then we'll watch a few clips of her being made a fool of. And last but simply not least, we'll check out the Tate brothers and their statement after being arrested last week They were arrested again for those who don't know. Around let's see, I think it was around August 21st. They were arrested. And yeah, we'll get into that because it's very interesting. Because it's very telling about it, I guess. But anyways, let's move on. Okay, so let's get to it. Like I said, this will probably be a very short video. Not only is it my first time back in a bit, but I'm also exhausted. I will be covering the debate. I believe it is September 10th, if I remember correctly. So that's a Tuesday. So I'll be covering it. Whether I'll be covering it live or the day after, no idea yet. Let me see. Yeah, September 10th at 9 p.m. ET. Will be hosted by ABC. All right, let's get to it. Like I said, this will be a very short video. It'll take however long it'll take for me to get through this crap. All right, so this is RFK. I guess this is him. I don't know, maybe dropping out of the race and throwing his support behind Trump. I don't know what this ad is. Let's listen to it. Let's see what he has to say.
3 great causes drove me to enter this race in the first place, primarily. And these are the principal causes that persuaded me to leave the Democratic Party and run as an independent. And now to throw my support to President Trump. The causes were free speech, the war in Ukraine, and the war on our children. We were the party of labor, of the working class. The Democrats were the party of government transparency and the champion of the environment. Our party was the bulwark against big money interests and corporate power. True to its name, it was the party of democracy. As you know, I left that party in October because it had departed so dramatically from the core values that I grew up with. It had become the party of war, censorship, corruption, big pharma, big tech, big ag, and big money. When it abandoned democracy by canceling the primary to conceal the cognitive decline of the sitting president.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, he's throwing his support behind Trump, and then he's basically, ripped the Democratic Party to shreds. It's good to see. I fucking hate his voice so much. There's no way RFK will be president, no matter how good his policies are. He just sounds weak. He just and I know it's not his fault. Okay. But it's his voice annoys the absolute shit out of me. So it's hard to listen to him talk at all. But he has dropped out of the race, I guess, and has thrown his support behind Trump, so he will be in the Trump administration more than likely. I'd be surprised if he did this and didn't say, hey, I'll do this as long as you put me into your administration. I'll be shocked if that doesn't happen. Because that's how this normally goes. They drop out, but only if you agree to putting them in your administration. All right. So this is Tulsi Gabbard. She came out apparently through this is during National Guard Association thing, I guess. And Tulsi Gabbard came out. So let's listen to it.
Thank you.
Have a good time.
Thank you, Mr. President. Aloha. I know we got Hawaii in the house here. There we go. It is a privilege to be here with all of you, my brothers and sisters in uniform, especially on this day of all days. I had the privilege of joining President Trump this morning at Arlington Cemetery, where he joined two Gold Star families and loved ones of Staff Sergeant Hoover and Sergeant G, both of whom were two of the 13 killed in the Abbey Gate attack 3 years ago today in Kabul. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. Aloha. I know we got Hawaii in the house here.
All right, let's see if I can get a longer of her speech. I don't mind listening, like, you know, whatever. I don't really care about Tulsi Gabbard, but I can at least listen to what the fuck she has to say. Okay, here we go. This is a better one, clearly.
You, my brothers and sisters in uniform, especially on this day of all days. I had the privilege of joining President Trump this morning at Arlington Cemetery, where he joined two Gold Star families and loved ones of Staff Sergeant Hoover and Sergeant G, both of whom were two of the 13 killed in the Abbey Gate attack 3 years ago today in Kabul. And I can tell you, as we were there, as he laid a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, obviously there was the pullout of Afghanistan and all that stuff, and Trump was asked to, not Biden, not Kamala, but Trump was asked by the families to go and put the wreath on. I think we'll maybe check that out here in a second, but yeah, that's talking about, obviously.
Joining these Marines' loved ones, I felt the sorrow that he shared with them in their loss. I felt and saw his sincere appreciation for these servicemen and women who paid the ultimate price and their loved ones who continue to grieve to this day. This is personal for me, as I know it is for so many of you here. This is real. It's not just words. I first deployed to Iraq in 2005 with the Hawaii Army National Guard as a member of Charlie Med. As those of you who were deployed during that time know, it was the height of the war, and sadly, we took many casualties. And every day we were confronted with that high human cost of war and that sadness as we boarded the plane when we left, that we were leaving some of our brothers and sisters behind, only to lose others when we got home to suicide. So I mean what I say when I share with you that I know that President Trump understands the grave responsibility that a president and commander-in-chief bears for every single one of our lives. Whether you're a soldier, you're an airman, a Marine, sailor, or a coastie, he keeps us in his heart in the decisions that he makes. We saw this through his first term in the presidency, when he not only didn't start any new wars, he took action to de-escalate and prevent wars. He exercised the courage that we expect from our commander-in-chief in exhausting all measures of diplomacy, having the courage to meet with adversaries, dictators, allies, and partners alike in the pursuit of peace, seeing war as a last resort. The truth is, as we head towards our decision as a country in November, the same cannot be said about Kamala Harris. In fact, the opposite is true, and we're living through this reality today as this administration has us facing multiple wars on multiple fronts. Watch list.
My wife, God bless her, made me a giant thing of coffee instead of my regular small one, which is funny. It's okay. I love her.
As those of you who were deployed during that time know, of Charlie Med.
Okay, sorry, we're gonna have to listen back because I accidentally skipped forward.
As those of you who were deployed during that time know, it was the height of the war, and sadly, we took many casualties. And every day we were confronted with that high human cost of war and that sadness as we boarded the plane when we left that we were leaving some of our brothers and sisters behind, only to lose others when we got home to suicide. So I mean what I say when I share with you that I know that President Trump understands the grave responsibility that a president and commander-in-chief bears for every single one of our lives. Whether you're a soldier, you're an airman, a Marine, sailor, or a coastie, he keeps us in his heart and decisions that he makes. We saw this through his first term in the presidency, when he not only didn't start any new wars, he took action to de-escalate and prevent wars. He exercised the courage that we expect from our commander-in-chief in exhausting all measures of diplomacy, having the courage to meet with adversaries, dictators, allies, and partners alike in the pursuit of peace, seeing war as a last resort. The truth is, as we head towards our decision as a country in November, the same cannot be said about Kamala Harris. In fact, the opposite is true, and we're living through this reality today as this administration has us facing multiple wars on multiple fronts and regions around the world, and closer to the brink of nuclear war than we ever have been before. This is one of the main reasons why I'm committed to doing all that I can to send President Trump back to the White House where he can once again serve us as our commander-in-chief. Because I am confident that his first task will be to do the work to walk us back from the brink of war. We cannot be prosperous unless we are at peace. And we can't live free as long as we have a government that is retaliating against its political opponents and undermining our civil liberties, weaponizing our very institutions against those they deem as a threat. Kamala Harris has done this over the last 3.5 years. She won't hesitate to continue that if she is elected as president. President Trump has been their first and foremost target in this because they don't want us as voters to even have the option to vote for him. I've been their most recent target, added to a secret domestic terror watch list after exposing the truth about what kind of dangers we would face if Kamala Harris is elected as president. We as Americans must stand together to reject this anti-freedom culture of political retaliation and abuse of power. We can't allow our country to be destroyed by politicians who will put their own power ahead of the interests of the American people, our freedom, and our future. I am proud to stand here before you today, whether you're a Democrat, a Republican, or an independent. If you love our country, as I do, if you cherish peace and freedom as we do, I invite you to join me in doing all that we can to save our country and elect President Donald J. Trump and send him back to the White House to do the tough work of saving our country and serving the people. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Oh, there we go. I think what she said was great, beautiful, wonderful, beautiful. The best speech ever. Let's see. Is there anything else? No. Okay, I can't really see. So shall we? Let's listen
country
to this.
today.
Let's check this out.
I want to bring the conversation.
So this is her. This is Tulsi Gabbard causing Kamala Harris to drop out of the race in 2020.
Back to the broken criminal justice system that is disproportionately negatively impacting Black and brown people all across this country today. Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Senator Harris.
I want to bring the...
So there we go. Once again, I like playing that here and there, but yeah, so Trump have the endorsement of RFK Jr. He's backing him fully. Pretty sure he's going to get a spot as an admin, obviously. And then let's see. And then now we got Tulsi Gabbard, the woman who ended Kamala's career or her 2020 run. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Well, let's give Trump a boost. I don't know. I think we'll really see how things go once we have the actual debate between Trump and Kamala. I don't think it's going to go well for Kamala. She apparently hasn't done any sit-down interviews this entire time. And it's kind of funny. She's an idiot, and we'll see. I don't remember the rules. I think they've just done a bunch of rules and put in place. So we'll just check that out. Let's see. We're not going to look at this deep state commission thing. I don't really care. All right, let's check out some. Like I said, I'm really tired, and it's going to be a short show. So let's listen. This is a hilarious ad by Trump of Kamala debating herself.
Day prices are too high. Food, rent, gas, back to school clothes. That is called Bidenomics. A loaf of bread cost 50% more today. Ground beef is up almost 50%. There's not much left at the end of the month. Bidenomics is working. The price of housing has gone up. It feels so hard to just be able to get ahead. And we are very proud of Bidenomics. Everyday prices.
I love it. That's funny. Oh, that's funny. Everything's terrible. Bidenomics. Short, sweet, to the point. All right, moving on. This is Kamala, who's saying that she's going to, she wants to, this was back in 2020. So listen to her, what she has to say.
For every 1% differential between what they are paying men and women for equal work, there will be a fine of 1% of their previous year's profits. That'll get their attention. That'll get their attention. For every 1%.
So let's see. So apparently she says this. She's like, oh, I'll fine everyone, employers for 1% for equal work, blah, blah, blah. So you're not going to find any employers because it's bullshit that, equal work equals unequal pay. Okay. Just men and women just don't do equal work. Men do more work. That's why they get paid more. But apparently her Senate office has had a massive pay gap in 2020. That's funny. But, this woman's just a clown. That's all she is. I don't know why people are even wanting to vote for her. She's a clown. That's all she is. All right. Now, apparently, Kamala gets caught flat-footed when a reporter asks her about Trump's policies. Let's see what happens.
Axios this week reported that President Trump, if he gets a second term, will sort of dial back, for lack of a better term, DEI programs that the Biden administration has put in forth. I obviously know you disagree with that. I obviously believe that you don't want him to get a second term. That said, if that does happen, what do you think that would do to race relations in this country?
Well, let me say we're going to win, so it's not going to happen. But I think that, listen, today is actually
Axios this week. On a different front, Axios this week reported that President Trump, if he gets a second term, will sort of dial back, for lack of a better term, DEI programs that the Biden administration has put in forth.
Okay, so if you guys don't know, DEI programs are basically, if you black, you get the job. If you colored, you get the job. That's all it really is. Like that's all it is. It's like, all right, your color, you got some melanin in your skin, or you're minority. Well, then we're gonna give you the job just based on that. It's very racist, actually, in my opinion.
I obviously know you did.
Not actually, in my opinion, actually fact. Like if you're just giving someone a job, just even if it's positive, okay, just because it's positive racism, it doesn't make it any less racism.
Disagree with that. I obviously believe that you don't want him to get a second term. That said, if that does happen, what do you think that would do to race relations in this country?
well,
Honestly, I think it would improve race relations, because then people wouldn't have that immediate bias is the only reason you have this job is because of your skin color. I think that would improve race relations. Like if you get someone in there, you're like, oh, okay, you're here because you deserve to be here because you earned your spot here. Not DEI. You're here because you checked the box. I think it would very improve race relations.
let me say we're going to win, so it's not going to happen. But I think that, listen, today is actually, I believe, an anniversary in terms of Dr. King, right? And
Okay.
I was just in Selma, and we acknowledged the 59th anniversary of Bloody Sunday. I think it's really important that we as Americans always embrace our history, the parts that we're
The fuck has this to do with DEI? Okay. What the fuck? All right, let's
proud of,
continue.
and the parts that we're not proud of, but that we can't forget. And we should all agree that we should teach history. We should learn history if we're to ever have an accurate idea of where we want to go and where we don't want to go in the future. And that means also acknowledging the importance of diversity. It means acknowledging the importance of the fact that everyone should have equal opportunity to compete and equity. And then, of course,
Whoa, hold on. I agree with equal opportunity. Everyone should have an equal opportunity. But why does it have to be equity? Okay. Why does it have to be equitable? Why can't you just have an equal opportunity? If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. Sucks to be you. But equity, come on.
inclusion, that, hey, let's look around the room and see who's not here.
Why should I? Okay, why the fuck would I care about? First off, the first 3/4 of this was just her rambling nonsense. Let's be honest. Like that was just rambling nonsense for most of it. Then she finally got to it, and it was, oh, look around, look. Let me finish before I guess.
And did we leave the door open?
Oh, okay, that's all. Look around. Like, why the fuck would I care the color of an individual's skin? I'd rather, I don't know, give two shits about whether they actually can do the goddamn fucking job. But why the fuck do I care the color of their skin? Like, what? I don't care. I don't care if you're black, brown, Mexican, Puerto Rican. I don't care. Can you do the job? And I think that's what we should care more about, is whether they can do the job effectively and well, instead of are they dark enough. DEI is the greatest joke that's ever been played on minorities in this country. Like they only value you because of your skin color, not because of your actual achievements. And it's hilarious that people fall for that. Like, I think we should care more about the merit of these people, whether they actually earn their right to be there, or if they're just more than they're colored enough that we should allow them to be there. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're Hispanic. I don't care if you're Muslim. I don't care. Can you do the job correctly and effectively and better than the people you're competing against to get the job? If you can, great. That's all I care about. I think that's how the majority of Americans give a shit. Like I can't think of anyone who's like, well, I just really care that they're white and they do the job. I think most Americans care about, can they do the job? All right, then that's all that matters to me. Fucking hate DEI.
But if you take a look at that ad, one thing that I found striking is if you look, and I think we have the images here, there are at least 3 points in that ad that show the border wall, Donald Trump's border wall. Is it now the position of the Democrats that they favored the border wall? But if you take a look at that ad, and one thing that I found striking is if you look, and I think we have the images.
So ABC is pointing out her hypocrisy. Yes, Democrats do support the border wall now that it's advantageous for them to support it. Now that people are like, hey, we really don't like the fact that we got a lot of illegal immigrants. Now they're all for the border wall. Well, before, no, not so much. All right, let's check out this next ad for Donald Trump. Now we're done with the Kamala stuff.
I'm Jim McCollum. I'm the father of Marine Lance Corporal Riley James McCollum, and I'm here to speak for him.
My name's Alicia Lopez.
I'm Herman Lopez, and we're the parents of our son, Hunter Lopez, a U.S. Marine stationed in Camp Pendleton, San Diego, California, who passed away on August 26, 2021 in Kabul, Afghanistan.
My name is Abby Sanchez, and I am the voice for my brother, Corporal Humberto Sanchez. My name is Coro Brusino, and I am Corporal Humberto Sanchez's mother.
My name is Stephen Nakui. I'm here for my son, Kareem Nakui. I'm here today to give my son a voice.
My name is Cheryl Jules. I am Sergeant Nicole G's aunt. She was a U.S. Marine that was killed in the Kabul, Afghanistan withdrawal.
My name is Christy Shamblin, and I'm here for Sergeant Nicole G., United States Marine, who was killed in the Afghanistan exit.
My name is Kelly Barnett. I'm here to give a voice to my son, my best friend, Staff Sergeant Taylor Hoover.
And my name's Darren Hoover, and I'm here to give voice as well for our son, Staff Sergeant Taylor Hoover.
When we started hearing that the Taliban was moving in, that there wasn't more military being deployed, and that they had decided that the Taliban was our security, that was when I became terrified. They were just kind of left there, hung out to dry.
For you from Afghanistan, where there are significant casualties, including some Americans from a
I was at work and heard about it. Instantly had that just chill go through me, and I started sending messages.
I'm talking to people. I'm calling his girlfriend. I'm saying, well, have you heard from him? I'm calling his sisters. Have you heard from him? You know, we're texting. We're saying, please, just send us a text. Just whatever. Just let us know that you're okay.
When all the explosions went off, I had messaged her and I said, hey, you know, I know you can't say anything, but, you know, just an emoji, just a bubble.
And then 3:30 in the morning that night, I got the knock on the door. You know, there's no other reason 2 Marines are standing on your door.
Right away, they told you, we have news about your son, and he just passed away. I just start screaming. I throw myself on the floor.
I pull up the street and I see a white van. And once I saw them, I knew.
It's surreal. Seeing all those flag-draped coffins in the back of a C-17 is something you'll never forget. And it really drives home that, you know, these young men and women gave the ultimate sacrifice.
They had all the families within this large room. The president showed up, and that was, it wasn't what I was expecting.
You know, this guy's sitting across from me on that tarmac, and he keeps looking at his watch.
Biden did not want to be there. I don't know what he wanted to do, but he did not want to be there. He looked at his watch multiple times. I saw it 3 times.
He didn't say anything about Riley. And to this day, he has yet to say those 13 kids' names.
And that makes me so upset because those kids were serving their country. Those kids, they were giving their life for this country. And I always said they were thinking that their commander-in-chief was gonna have their back because they were fighting for this country, and that didn't happen.
The administration, the White House, our president has never once mentioned their names, not one of them.
Honestly, I don't feel like Joe Biden cared.
He just had no empathy for us at all.
I do think incompetence played a huge factor in what happened. Bad decision, bad leadership, and it all starts at the top.
Joe Biden should not be leading this country.
There was no point in making that hard deadline August 31st. It was 100% a political stunt.
He let my son down. He let the 13 down. He let the 45 wounded down. He let those 174 civilians down. He let our country down.
And then what it hurts the most is that they could be here.
We fully understand we can't bring back our kids, but there are thousands and thousands more out there that are going to come home the same way if something doesn't change. We're the United States of America. We can do better by our men and women that are risking their lives for this country. We can do better for them than that.
To this day, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have never mentioned these fallen soldiers' names. President Trump will never forget them.
God damn. Now, if that's not a powerful ad, I don't know what the fuck what is. Damn. Yeah, I don't really know what to say, honestly. I thought I'd just let it play. And god damn, that's a good ad. That's a good ad. It really helps that they can, how spectacularly the Biden administration failed, that they can just point at their record. Simple as that. They don't have to play these games, make up lies or anything. They just gotta simply point at Biden's record. And it's a very strong ad, I gotta say. I mean, these are individuals who lost family members because Biden was, they're absolutely right. It was a political stunt to do that pullout so quickly and so harshly. I really, there's nothing else you could really say about that, honestly. It's very crazy. But that ad really should just end up smoking the campaign itself I guess for Kamala now, but I think they mentioned at the end. I think they should have had her say, hey, Kamala, was part of this as well. They deserve to, or she doesn't deserve to be, she doesn't deserve to be running it because she'll just do a bad job. I think this would be a lot stronger if Biden was still in the running. Does it still work for Kamala? Absolutely. But, just gonna say, it doesn't work as well. It doesn't work as well, but it does better. Or sorry, doesn't do as well, but it's still a good ad against Kamala. As here's the thing with Kamala as being vice president, even though largely vice presidency is really more of a a ceremonial role. Really, they don't really do fuck all. Um, they they just end up um they don't really do much. I mean, the vice president sits there really in case the president croaks. So if so anything that's attributed to the Biden administration, the presidency of Biden is attributed, but even though all that's true, the Biden administration, everything done in the Biden administration is automatically ended up transferring to Kamala. That's why if you have a really bad presidency and your vice president runs, odds are they're not going to get elected, because you're viewed as uh, a part of the administration, part of the person that actually is um, helping running things, even though you don't really. So, but that pullout, even though it was probably largely a Biden decision, and Biden was the one who did all that. It gets attributed to Kamala now that she's running for president. So it works just as well, or just as good in my opinion. But it would have worked better if Biden was still running. That's just what I think. That I took a long way to say that. Sorry, I'm a moron. All right. So moving on, we're gonna check out the Tate brothers. So like I said, they're arrested August 21st, I think it was. And then they were released the next day, August 22nd, which kind of tells you how strong their case really it was. Like the charges really was. Because let's just think about this, okay? Was it 2 years ago or whatever? They were arrested and held for trafficking charges, human trafficking charges. So they were and they were held for, what was it, 60, 90 days, half a year? I can't remember how long, but they were held for an extended amount of time, okay, on human trafficking charges. And then they were, shortly released not long after and put on house arrest. And then they finally got that house arrest moved. Okay. And then they get charged with this. Okay. The charge was child trafficking. I think it was. I think it was child trafficking. Now I don't remember. Let me just see. I think it was child trafficking. Now I'm like, oh shit, what was it? Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. I just want to look at the fucking charge. Let's see. God damn. Sorry, I'm just looking. I just don't remember the actual charge. So I don't want to say it was. I know it was child something. I just don't remember exactly what it was. Okay. Oh my God. Dude, what the fuck? I can't fucking find it. I think it was child trap. It was something with children. Okay. Okay, yeah, it's trafficking involving a minor. So that was basically it. All right, there we go. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. I was looking through Tate News. This dude tweets like a motherfucker. It's ridiculous. Anyways, so they were hit with that charge. Okay. They were hit with that charge. And, unlike when they got the original trafficking charges, there was apparently so little evidence that they were released the next day. Then they walked out of court. And this is what Tate had to say, and you can kind of tell that this one really gets his goat.
Listen to me. I moved to Romania 10 years ago, and I found an amazing country full of beautiful people. And I told the whole world about Romania. If you mention the name Romania anywhere in the world, they'll say, Andrew Tate lives there, Andrew Tate lives there. I've done nothing but promote this country. I've done nothing but say fantastic things about Romania endlessly. And when I did this, people would say to me, if Romania is so nice, if it's so safe, it's so beautiful, why has it got such a bad reputation? And I said, well, there's probably a few bad actors, a few bad people who destroyed the entire reputation. Like the few fools at DCOT who just came along and told us that the mothers of our children are somehow human trafficked. I've been nice. I've been patient. I've played the game. I've respected the judiciary. I've gone to every appointment on time. But they bust in my house again. And now have come along saying there's 35 victims. You know, all 30 of those girls, 30 of them have statements in our defense. 30 say we've done absolutely nothing wrong. Two more are the mothers of our children. And 2 more have never even been to Romania. Have never even been here. They just found random girls we knew in other countries and made them sign pieces of paper. This is a setup. It's absolutely disgusting. Fair play to that judge who saw through the bullshit and let us free. Okay. And also, one more thing. The media is complicit. All of you are. When they first threw us in fucking jail, when they first put us in there, you're all running around saying human trafficker. None of you said, where's the evidence? Where's the proof? Where's the pictures? Where's the videos? None. 3 years later, they do the same fucking bullshit. And you're all sitting there going, human trafficking. I'm not a human trafficker, clearly. If you human traffic someone, there is evidence. This is a setup. It's a stitch up. The 3 prosecutors at DCOT in my house, I said, why are you here? There's no case. They said, there's a case if we make one. This is a fucking setup. All of it is. And listen, quiet. I'm not talking to you, sir. Be quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet. This is a setup. It is done on purpose, and it is designed to come up with the most heinous possible crimes to slander our name. And every single Romanian citizen should be disgusted that they are spending millions of euros wasting their time trying to put innocent men in jail instead of fixing the roads, fixing the hospitals, fixing this country. You have a beautiful country full of beautiful people, and 3 idiots at DCOT have fucked everything. As for money laundering, sure, I'll approach that. Money laundering, no problem. Supposedly, we're money launderers because we buy luxury goods and we try and hide that we buy luxury goods for other people and hide our money. If you buy your girlfriend a handbag in Romania, they charge you with fucking money laundering. This is disgusting. Disgusting. We have children. This is disgusting. Thank you.
So you can see that, all the other ones, he's like, whatever, but this one really got his goat. And I understand why. You have children and, you care about your children and stuff like that. It really gets your goat. They try to say that you're doing something to children, and you're not. So you can tell this one really irritated Tate, as you can tell he was really fucking pissed off. And it was good to see that he's so he really showed his anger. He's like, this is bullshit. I'm getting prosecuted for, or whatever. I'm having these bullshit charges against me, and it's nothing, like, for no reason. I don't understand. Whatever. And Tate was angry. He was really pissed off, and it's good to see. Good for him for being pissed off about this. This is bullshit. Don't. So, whatever. And, like I said, you can tell the charges weren't that strong because they didn't spend a day in jail, but they spent 6 months on human trafficking charges. And that case still hasn't gone to trial. So it's very interesting. So anyways, there we go. So we got Tate angry. That's great to see. So there we go. That's all I got for you today. I keep saying it's a short thing, and then I end up still doing an hour. So, no big deal. Oh man, so I'm gonna probably go back and go to sleep. Because I'm exhausted, and I'm always exhausted. I'm tired. Let's see what else. Tomorrow, I am going to do. Looks like Legal Mindset did an update on the Arcata case, so we'll check that out. I don't know what he's going to say or anything, but because I haven't watched it, but we'll check out. I do know that Nick has gotten his children back, which I guess it's good. I guess, but so it's always good to have kids with their parents, unless unless we got some actual proof that they're actually doing something wrong with them. I've given the benefit of the doubt when it comes to the whole drug thing. It might have been proven as a false positive. I don't know for sure about that, but I don't know. But anyways, I'll go over the Nick case. Andrew Wilson was on last night with on Fresh and Fit, and they did a debate on communism. I'm not covering that, but I will be covering the him and Myron are going to be debating Jasmine's as far, and what the fuck is that other broad's name? I don't even fucking remember. I don't remember. But basically, it's the fake lawyer and the fake glasses chick. I cannot remember fake glasses' name for the life of me. And it's kind of driving me nuts now. And I'm kind of annoyed. I can't remember her fucking name. But anyways, whenever that happens, I'll cover that the following day. Is my tradition. So yeah, I hope you all guys enjoyed the video. I know it wasn't like the best. I'm getting back into the swing of things. I hope you have a good day. Peace out, and see you later.